Hey everybody, we are doing a Build Your Brand, Build Your Business series, and we have Sybil who's about to join me to talk about the importance of brand values. I am the most uncoordinated person, so the fact that I'm on two devices, muting and unmuting, like it's a miracle the audio is coming through. Anyway, it comes from the founder and generally what their vision is, and so I think that first it starts there with that singular vision. For my clean skincare line, I have a co-founder, and so basically what we did, the way we start is really identifying what our own founder values are, and we narrow it down to like the top 3 values that I might have as an entrepreneur, what my partner has as an entrepreneur. See where they align, and see where there's other things that they might really value that is important to them. So when you're working down the road together, you understand where they're coming from and what's important to them. And then from there, you do the kind of consumer values, or what you really want to offer in your brand and your product to your audience. And so my partner Karen and I worked with a great coach. Her name is Diana. She not only went over our founder values. She went over our consumer values, but she really kind of dug deeper into what they really meant, because words are broad. So if you use the word empathy, or you use the word, and what does that really mean, to you, and what is more important in the hierarchy of values? Because generally you can have a lot of values, but really what are your top 3 essential ones? So we did this whole exercise. We got lucky that we aligned on our main 3 values. They might have been in different order, but similar vision for our own selves, and therefore like similar business goals. And then for the consumer values, we narrowed it down to 3 as well. And so working with this, you can write down your values and go, oh, I care about this and I care about that. But at the end of the day, you really have to kind of analyze what they mean and what you're trying to say. So yeah, it's been a really fun exercise, and you learn a lot about yourself, because as our coach says, like, your subconscious will direct you through your values anyway, so it's better to be aware of them so you're speaking a common language from the beginning, especially when there's multiple people involved, and then also that determines like company culture to the outside world. So hi Meggie. Not long, like a few days. It's definitely, you do a draft, and then you talk about it, and then you do an analysis, and then you discover something. You might switch things around a bit, and then you solidify 3. So we're still solidifying our 3 for clean beauty, but basically it's obviously feeling beautiful. There is autonomy, which means that you're able to make decisions like based on the information that's coming to you, and you're able to make an educated decision after discerning what is important and what's not important. And the other one, let's see, it was beauty, autonomy, and I think it's empowerment, which is a super broad word, right? We use that for everything. Everyone wants to feel empowered, but there's a component to our skincare line that's pretty innovative. We're still figuring out how we're technically allowed to talk about it, but empowered. And I think that ties into like the whole pandemic that we're going through, in terms of this has brought up a ton of new values. So what does that mean, and how is that shaping our world, and what are our consumers looking for? So feeling empowered in health, safety, hygiene, protecting yourself and your family, those are all rising like completely to the top. So we might not have put like safety under empowerment before. Empowerment might have been like, simplifying your beauty routine with this incredible new formula, but now it's taken on a whole different meaning. So yeah, for brands, I would say definitely what was valued and what is valued now in the new world going forward. It changed on us super quickly. And so there's probably something in your company that really can add value to the new trajectory. So yeah, it's 3 steps: really identifying your own consumer values and where is the world now. Yeah, I mean, if there's something authentic in your brand that's good, I think that's okay to kind of integrate. I haven't been a big fan of, touting product benefits in the past. We've always been like a lot more kind of lifestyle, emotion, and inspirational, aspirational driven. But now I think it's a good time because people are so concerned with the essentials. what they're putting in their body, what they're putting in the world. So, so Salento organic tequila, for instance, is organic. So if you're going to drink a shitload, drink organic, or drink tequila. That's what I say. In terms of our clean skincare line, we just got really, really lucky that we happen to have something that's super special that ties in to healthcare and safety. Again, we're still kind of figuring out what that means. And then I think it's just stories and things that people relate to that are important, and just really being empathetic to what people are going through and understanding we're all so connected at the end of the day. So if you're going to put a product out in the world, like if it has good benefits, go for it. Don't lie, and try and like pull a fast one on people. But if it's legit, go for it. I think it's important to do an audit of the landscape, do something that other tequila brands weren't doing. So, we paid attention, but also looked at a lot of other kind of brands, not just tequila. So I think that, I'm sorry, what was the question? How do you spend? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, personally, I don't really look in what everybody else is doing. It's interesting. I just like, if you're creative, you have a vision, and it's cool to kind of like check it out, but it certainly doesn't, it's not your guiding light. It's like a side thing. Yeah. A little bit, a couple days. Yeah. I think I'm very decisive, but I think also too, picking good people like to surround you, like our art director for Salento, he's a dream. So it's, as a creative, you have to surround yourself with, great talent. So it's a huge part of it. It's nothing singular. It's a group effort for sure. So yeah. Well, the name's under trademark, so I wish that I could promote it a little bit more today. I think about in a month's time, we'll start branding. Trademark should clear. Hope to launch later this year, but the product is there. We just need to do the branding and raise a little bit of money, and we're good to go. But we've had great interest. People are responding to it super well, and I think it's like a groundbreaking, innovative formula that will do really well. And the team surrounding it, the lab, everyone is exceptional to work with. So great, so helpful, so excited. It's premium clean skin. And so I'll tell you more one day soon. But yeah, it's, I think, the companies that are existing, everyone's trying to like keep everyone heads above water in this crazy time, and just keep trucking along. Have you figured out your values for your healthy snack line? Yeah, I'm really lucky because I'm constantly surrounded by the most incredible women in the world, and like you and Meggie and my friends from California. Everyone is just so talented, so smart, such strong women with great experience. So I'm very lucky. I mean, I'd start a brand with any of my friends who I believed in, but this particular co-founder worked for Estee Lauder for 10 years. I used to say 20. Sorry, Karen. I know we're not that old. 10 years. Huge brands, global experience. When she talks to the lab, I'm creative. So when she talks to the lab, I'm literally fascinated because I have no idea what anyone's saying. So, she speaks that language. She understands regulations, retail, guideline, everything. So she really is such an asset to me in terms of like vision, branding, access to formula. And so it was really a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. And she's very thorough, very like thoughtful and thorough. And I'm very like fast and risky. Like I would jump off a mountain and she's like, whoa. Hold on. Let's think about this step off. And I'm like, no, let's go. We definitely like balance each other out. But yeah, and we've been friends for 20 years. So, it's my friend Diana, and she's so talented. She's a therapist. She's a coach. She does hypnosis. She does NLP. I mean, she is a multi-talent. And I would create her business for her because she doesn't promote herself. Like sometimes talent doesn't promote ourselves. And she's done incredible things for me, like personally and professionally. She's kind of like a magician. But the values was really kind of like, it was like real practical and very kind of homework driven, and there was magic to it. She did do some magic for me before that, which was fantastic. I mean, but she's so understated that I just couldn't believe that she's not out there, you know, she wants to. Her name's Diana, and I'd be happy to pass her information on to walk you through step by step. Why is beauty more important to you than contribution? Why is wealth not on the top of your list? Why do we as women not ever put wealth at the top? A man will put wealth number one, right? So, you know, why is it so far down your list? Let's talk about this. You're in business. What do you want? So we moved it up the list. Of course you want it, but like we're sometimes, which is why PepTalkHer exists, we're sometimes reluctant to kind of say, oh, I want money, you know. Well, we need money to be like more powerful. We need money to make decisions. Well, duh, that should be at top of our list. But we're just so much more emotive based, right? Rather than like transactional, actional. So naturally these other things rise to the top, like growth and contribution, and, you know, wealth kind of sits there at third. It's in there. It's in the top three. So that's good. How am I? You know, the first 2 months were hard. My daughter was sick. Taking care of her and getting the house ready, essentials, feeling kind of paranoid, like you wanted to float through the air in New York and not touch anything. So this finally in the last 2 weeks, I'm super motivated. I do a little bit each day on each project, you know, step by step, super kind to myself. If I, you know, want to have a little bit too much wine and spend the day watching movies on a Wednesday, I've limited myself to drinking wine and tequila on Saturdays now. But, you know, it's really just kind of being patient with yourself and, yeah. And taking advantage of I think we need to take advantage of the time now, because this is really special, odd time to go into ourselves. So I'm doing it. I'm so excited. Not as much as you, though. I can never do as much as you. Your output is incredible. Read a mantra for that. From some philosopher. It's okay when you decide it's okay. So if you're feeling like shit at 10 in the morning and you're like, oh, I gotta get to tomorrow for this to be okay, just be like, it's okay. Just tell yourself it's okay. And you forgive yourself, and then you're fine. You know, you just have to remind yourself that it's okay. We're going through massive change. Yeah, if anybody wants, you know, any advice or like to find out about the values exercise, I'd love to pass on any information. I can pass on Diana, the coach's information. Salento Tequila, you can get on siptequila.com, and it's free shipping. And yeah, it's great to just, you know, help support whatever's happening, and let me know if I can do the same. And thank you so much for having me. We miss you here, but we know we'll get you back soon. Yeah. Temme Media. That one's a little quiet because I'm writing a film under that, but at Salento _ tequila for current, yeah, availabilities. Thank you, Cori.